In this video 2-4, we will be solving equations with variables on both sides of the equal sign. So you should be able to say, I can solve equations with variables on both sides. When you're solving equations, first, you should use the distributive property to remove any grouping symbols. Use properties of equality to clear decimals and fractions. Second, combine like terms on each side of equation. Third, use properties of equality to get the variable terms on one side of the equation and the constants on another. The fourth step, use properties of equality to solve for the variable. And fifth, always check your solution in the original equation. (5s plus 13 is the same as 2s plus 22. So I don't have to worry about the distribution property or getting rid of any decimals or fractions. I don't have parentheses, no decimals, no fractions. So now I look at combining like terms on both sides of the equal sign, which, if I look on the left and right side of this equal sign in this problem, I don't have any like terms to combine. So then I'm going to use properties of equality to get the variable to one side of the equal sign. So I am going to subtract 2s from both sides, because when I do this, I then have 3s plus 13 equals, now this is 0, and then it would equal a positive, and I'm actually going to erase this here. It would equal 22, which is positive. So now I only have a variable on the left side. Subtract 13. 3s is the same as 22 minus 13, which would give me 9. And then divide both sides by 3. So the s is 3. Check my work. Come up here. 5 times 3 plus 13 is the same as 2 times 3 plus 22. And it works. It's the same on both sides, so that's the correct solution. Laurel pays someone $35 to clear her driveway when it snows. She wants to buy an electric snowblower for $689 so that she can clear her own driveway. If the area Laurel lives in has an average of 5.2 snowfalls each season, how many seasons will it take her to break even on what she spent for the snowblower? So the snowblower, that is $689, and she wants to know when she'll break even. See, if she doesn't have that snowblower, she pays someone $35. She pays that every time. Well, it says $35 to clear the driveway when it snows. Now, if the area she lives in has an average of 5.2 snowfalls each season, so she pays someone this to clear the driveway, and it's 5.2 snowfalls each season. So she has to figure out if she has 35, and then she's going to multiply that 35 by 5.2, and then she's taking that and she's multiplying it by s. So it's 35 times 5.2 times s, which is what she would be spending, and then if she's paying someone, and she wants to know when is that the same as $689. So now we would do 35 times 5.2, which gives you a total of 182. So 182 times s. So once again, it's seasons. How many seasons is it going to be till she breaks even? And so once we simplify this by dividing both sides by 182, so 689 divided by 182 gives you approximately, and I actually shouldn't use that equal sign because we end up with approximately 4 seasons. So she has to think to herself, if it's about 4 seasons, is it worth it? Spending that $689, is she going to live in Minnesota for a year and then move to California, then no, she should just pay someone that $35 with the average of 5.2 snowfalls each season. Now, if she's going to stay in Minnesota long term, it might be a good idea of putting some money into that, because after 4 seasons, then there's more money in her pocket. She wouldn't be spending the $35 for every time she has someone clear her driveway. This next problem, we have parentheses. So we want to get rid of the parentheses by using the distribution property on both sides of the equal sign. Then we want to combine the like terms on both sides. If you look, we don't have like terms. Now we want to get the x terms to the left, or I'm going to take the 4x from the right and move it over to the left by subtracting it. I'm still left with a negative 20, so I have 2x plus 2, subtract 2, negative 22, 2x, divide by 2. X is negative 11. Check my work. Come up here, and I'm going to put 11 in for x here and for here, and you see that it's the same on both sides. So it worked. T plus 8 is the same as the opposite of t, plus 6 plus 2t. We don't have any parentheses in this problem, but we do have like terms on the right side that we want to put together. So we're going to combine the like terms. Unlike the problem above here, we have like terms to do first. So the opposite of t, which if you want, you can look at that as a negative 1 in front. And if you combine that with 2t, negative 1 plus 2 then gives you 1. So you have t. Negative 1 plus 2 is 1, so we have 1t, we just don't write the 1 in front of it, plus 6. Now we want to get the t's to one side, so if I take the t away from the right side and then from the left side, what happens here is t minus t is 0. T minus t is 0. But now it says 8 is the same as 6. Well, that doesn't make any sense. So we're looking at a problem here that's not making sense, and so that's not equal. In this equation, when that happens and your t's are eliminated and they simplify to 0, and you look and it's not a true statement where 8 does not equal 6, you put the equation has no solution. Can you say, I can solve equations with variables on both sides? Write a summary and reflection and be prepared with any questions for in class.